Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we are going to be talking about Marry Me. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Our cast, our two leads here, J Lo, Jennifer Lopez, and Owen Wilson. You all know who these two are. If you don't know, how are you here? Let's start with J Lo. Okay, she's been around for a long time. She's been in a lot of stuff, and her track record is pretty decent for the most part. Okay, all right. I think it all really started with like Zelina. Zelina, yeah, that was like the first one. She was also an Anaconda. She was an ant. What? I didn't know that. Wow, that's weird. But she's had hits in the past, and The Wedding Planner was a big hit for her. Was that there was Made in Manhattan, Monster in Law. She made Geely, which is a sin to all of humanity, not just cinema. That's just an internal sin of a movie. But she took a big break after that. And even now, like her track record is kind of okay. I mean, the backup plan did okay ish. Boy Next Door did okay ish. But Hustlers, her most recent movie, that did great. And, that made like over $100 million, like domestically. So that's extremely impressive, obviously. So, yeah, and I know for a fact she has fans. She has a dedicated fan base. All right. So it would be wise not to underestimate this movie because of her name value. And there's also Owen Wilson. Now, he's been in a lot of stuff too. I mean, even though his entire legacy is just him saying, wow, that's his whole legacy. That's his whole legacy, which is kind of unfortunate, but, what can you do? He was also in Anaconda. Damn, that is a wild coincidence. But, uh, yeah. Yeah, is that the same Anaconda? Am I going mad? Okay, Anaconda. That was like April 97. And then J Lo. April 97. Oh my god. This was not their first collaboration. That's damn, I'm learning stuff today. But yeah, anyway, I got off track. Owen Wilson's been in so much. Where do I begin? I guess there's like the Shanghai movies with Jackie Chan. He was in the Meet the Parents trilogy, Zoolander, just scrolling through this. Cars, Wedding Crashers, that was a big hit for him. He was the night at the museum movies. There was Marley and Me, Fantastic Mr. Fox, a movie that you all should watch because it's so damn good. Um, some other ones, Cars 2. Never mind. Cars 3. That's not much better. Trying to find some others. Wonder. That was 2017. French Dispatch. He's been quite a lot of stuff. Some good, some not so good. Looking at you, Marmaduke. I see you. And Little Fockers. Jesus, no. But yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, and not to mention like there's Loki on Disney Plus. That whole series. But yeah, both of these actors are clearly well known by a whole lot of people, and I feel like seeing them is gonna drive people to watch the movie. So yeah, I would consider their names to be a pro for this movie. Even if their track records aren't the greatest in the world, they they're still recognizable enough for people to watch the movie. So that's a pro. So that's pro number one. Pro number two is the release date. No, at least partially the release date. I'll tell you the con side of it later. You all probably know what it is by now. But with the pro side, with this being a romantic movie, it makes sense for this to open around the same time as Valentine's Day. It's ideal. It's perfect. It's like releasing a movie, a scary movie on Halloween, or a movie taking place, around the Easter holiday, releasing it in April or March or something, like around Easter. It makes sense. Or releasing a movie that takes place in winter, in like the holiday season, like it makes all the sense in the world, right? And so the release date is low key genius, and it's not the first time Universal has done this. They did this with the 50 Shades movies in the past, where they released them like as close to Valentine's Day as you can get. With the first 50 Shades movie opening like that was like both Valentine's Day and President's Day the same weekend, which is like the ideal weekend for movies to make money. And that benefited incredibly from that. Will this have the same boost? No, because it's on a Monday. But still, like that Monday, I imagine is going to be very good for Marry Me. And then, not to mention, the next weekend is President's Day weekend. So that's another artificial boost right there. But I think Valentine's Day will be the big day for this movie. Like, no doubt about it. I think a comparable movie would be Hitch with Will Smith, which was also based around romance. Okay, that's very comparable to this because I think it had like the same day, almost to a T. I think the same exact strategy. So yeah, like the release date is strong for this movie. It'll definitely benefit it more than any other movie, I think, because again, the genre. And yeah, I would consider that a pro. Easy pro. Valentine's Day being right around the corner and everything. That's a pro. Automatic pro right there. So that's pro number two. Pro number three, when it comes to direct competition, there is none. I mean, the only things we really have that can even be close to direct competition is like Death on the Nile, and that's about it. But even those movies they're different enough to where they're not going to steal each other's audience. Okay, so Marry Me has nothing to worry about when it comes to direct competition now or later. So that's great, obviously. So I would consider that a pro. Another pro I can think of off the top of my head. Reviews aren't terrible. They're middle ground. But granted, with a genre like this, like no one cares about reviews. Let's be real. Like with romance movies in the past, they don't read reviews. They just watch it to just the target demographic. They watch it and they love it no matter what. Even if it's utter trash, they will love it. That's why the Twilight movies made money. That's why 50 Shades movies made money. That's why most of the Nicholas Sparks movies out there made money. Okay? So, reviews don't matter, but at least here they're not awful. So, it's got that going for it. So, I would consider that a relative pro. Decent reviews. Okay. I think that's it for pros, as far as I know. That's all I can think of. Okay, cons. This movie's getting the Peacock treatment, everybody, which means it's gonna be in theaters and on Peacock at the same time, and you can watch it on Peacock if you paid for it, either 10 or $5 or $10. If you got Peacock for free, you're out of luck. Too bad. You're gonna have to spend some money to watch it at home or on your phone or wherever you want to watch it. So obviously with streaming and theatrical, many people have said, "Oh, streaming does damage to a movie's box office." And is there evidence to that? Yeah, I mean, look at the HBO Max experiment. I mean, that's all you really need. But with Peacock, it's a little different because Peacock is nowhere near as like prevalent as say HBO Max or Disney Plus. Like it doesn't do as much damage. I mean, Halloween Kills opened with like nearly $50 million despite the Peacock release, which shows that if you make the right movie, then Peacock isn't really going to do anything to your box office. And will that happen here? I don't know. But again, only two movies have been given the Peacock treatment before this. There were Boss Baby 2 and Halloween Kills. Not exactly comparable to this. So it's hard to say. But will it do just a bit of damage? It's possible to do some damage. I don't know how much, but I don't think it's going to be bad, but it might do some damage. But again, I could be wrong. But still, history has shown that streaming and theatrical, the box office will likely take a hit as a result of the whole day and date strategy thing. So I consider it a relative con, the whole Peacock release and everything. So that's a con. Another con is that the romance genre, Jesus Christ. Okay, when it comes to romance movies, God. Let's now in the past, the distant like the far past, the distant past, like um the romantic comedy, like the rom-com was big. It was huge. These movies were just popping out like all the time. I mean, just look at this list right here that there's plenty of movies here that are like iconic. There's let's see, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Something About Mary, Women Want. See, Hitch. I mentioned that. Proposal. See, Runaway Bride, 50 First Dates. The Breakup. That's more of like an anti-romantic comedy, if you ask me. Just like so, there's so many, just too many, and they all did really well. But then suddenly something happened. I don't know what, but things just the genre died completely. I can't explain it, but it's wild. Oh, it's very wild. Like I don't know. Like I guess people can get all like that lovey dovey stuff like on TV, like on Lifetime or something, which is possible. That's very much possible. But yeah, it just kind of it fell off entirely. And then recently with the pandemic, like oh no. Oh look, there's like okay, going to 2020. Actually, wait, I don't want to click that. I want to click something else. Maybe the 10 will show. Here we go. Okay. There was oh god. There was like the Broken Hearts Gallery which made $4 million. And then last year there was the Long Weekend which made like $1 million. Movies no one remembers at all. I didn't remember them until I made this video right now. So yeah, things have been really, really bad for romance movies. There's also others that aren't like rom coms. There's like this really obscure one, like Two Hearts, which made no money. There was like All My Life, which made no money. And yeah, like the genre is just non existent. Granted, those movies are like very small. They had no chance. This here is from a big studio with star power and everything and marketing muscle. So it won't do as badly as those. But still, the genre as a whole is just deader than dead, and that's not a good thing. So I would consider that a con, the genre itself. Uh, Another con I can think of is Sunday, obviously being the Super Bowl, the big game. that's gonna hurt this movie and every movie. It won't hurt as much because this is obviously going for a more female demographic, and obviously, football is more male orientated. That's just the truth, and because of that, this movie won't be affected as much. But then the next day is like Valentine's Day, so it won't even matter. But still, for that one day, it's gonna be rough. So that's gonna be a minor con. And I guess another thing I can add, like another con, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I forgot what it was exactly. I'm trying to remember what it was. Shoot. I can't I can't think of it. Oh well. It might pop up later, but let's just get to the opening weekend. Okay, so opening weekend for Marry Me. Oh, I'm not too sure about this, but the whole Peacock thing. Um, I think it's gonna open maybe the same level as Death of the Nile. Maybe it might just do it. I think it might reach. I'm gonna be optimistic here, which might be a mistake, but I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say between 15 and 20 million. Same as Death on the Nile. I think it's gonna be a close race between those two for number one. That's what I think in the bottom of my heart. So 15 to 20 million is where I'm going with for Marry Me. That's just for the 3-day weekend. And then overall it might reach like 50 million, maybe. But 40 to 50 million. And then that'll be it. So yeah. Yeah. So that's it for the weekend. Woo! Thank God. So now next week I got 3 more movies to cover. Great. I got The Cursed, a movie I've never heard of in my life. I got Dog, and then I got Uncharted. Uncharted is easily going to be the most interesting to talk about. But yeah, then the week after that, there's like Cyrano. And then at that point, I'm just going to be begging for the Batman to be released. I think we're all going to be begging for the Batman to be released. Some probably begging for it now, which I can't blame them for doing. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, as usual, we're gonna yeah, make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to watch any more prediction videos? I got a playlist on the homepage. All 2022 movies. I also done past years like 2019, 2020, 2021. Go on the playlist tab. You'll find them with ease. Go watch them all and do that. There's the canceled series where I go over all the movies that are supposed to come out but didn't. I covered Marry Me twice. No, 3 times. To my 3 times. It was like episode 26, um episode 41, and episode 93. Yeah. Those are the ones I covered Marry Me because it got delayed twice and then it got the Peacock treatment like with the last one I did. So, yeah, you can watch those videos. But, there's now 106 episodes out there, Speaking of Peacock, the one I just did talked about not one but 2 Peacock movies coming out. There's Firestarter and Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. Both getting the Peacock treatment, so it's clear the streaming experiment is not dead. So if you want to watch that episode 106, but all the other episodes, all 106 episodes from beginning to now, in chronological order, that way you can just see how things have evolved or imploded, you know, in the past 2 years. Because imagine it'd be quite fascinating to go through that whole playlist and see where this series started and whatnot. So I think maybe the beginning might be the most interesting because that was the point where I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, I you watch the whole playlist. You'll I bet you'll find it quite fascinating. So do that. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. Just did January recently. February will come out first week of March, either before the Batman or after the Batman. It'll be the first week of March. I can tell you that at least. So look forward to that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I've done, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.